He laid his quill down after looking over the pages. The candle dances across his desk as the whisky in its bottle rocks back and forth from the motion of the ship. 5 months the captain and his crew have been out here searching for something unknown to them all. The ship creaks and makes all sorts of ghostly noises as the ice bumps into the old wooden hull. A man in his late 40s who looks much older has been the captain of this ship for many years now. His crew has always put their trust in him. That is until months of the bitter cold weather started becoming freezing, which only made the month seem longer. And still without any signs of progress, they continued forward, deeper into the frozen tundra.
"Captain, we have word from shore. Sir, I believe they've found what they've been looking for,"
said the first mate Starbuck with a sound of relief, following with,
"And sir, I must say, it's about time."
Captain Ahab stood up from behind his oak desk. He stumbled a bit from the wooden leg that replaced his natural one.
"I want to see this thing for myself,"
he said, as he limped his way around his desk to the doorway where his first mate was still standing. He stopped, just beside his mate.
"And this had better be worth all of this. We could have died out here and no one would have been the wiser,"
Ahab said as he continued past his first mate and down the corridor.
"I couldn't agree more, Captain."
On the deck of the ship it was bitter cold. Men were huddled around one another for warmth as they looked out over the frozen plain. The air was like trying to breathe in sharp needles as the breeze stung the lungs of the crew. The wind gave many sailors burns on their faces that froze their beards solid. Ahab made his way to the helm of his grand ship, so he could gain a better view with the use of his spyglass. He spotted the landing party making their way back, pulling something by way of a sled. It was gliding easily behind them over the frozen white terrain.
"Mr. Owens, ready the ship to make sail,"
Captain Ahab said as he continued looking through his glass. The men struggled as they hoisted up the frozen cargo.
"This had better be worth it,"
shouted Ahab as the frozen piece of ice was lowered onto the deck of his ship. The chunk of ice fell with a loud clunk as the sailors jumped backwards.
"Be very careful, you idiots,"
shouted the man everyone simply referred to as Griffin. He finished his climb up the rope ladder that hung from the side of the ship. He scurried across the deck.
"Careful, be careful."
"What is it?" Ahab shouted as he climbed down from his perch. Griffin fell toward the cargo, examining it. He had